acquaintance.
An acquaintance of who? Whom?
A friend of yours.
What friend?
I work in a building near where you work.
So what?
I saw you on the street.
So it seems.
Trust me, I'm not a creep. I'm the president of Coit on 11th Avenue, just down the street.
Says you.
No, I can prove it. Here's my card.
Anyone can print a business card.
Look, I am who I say I am. Open the door. I'll stay in the hallway.
Why did you follow me?
You reminded me of someone.
That's not very original.
I'm not trying to be original. I'm telling you the truth. You reminded me of someone. I thought you might be her sister or something.
I don't have any sisters.
That's not the point. You caught my eye.
Apparently.
I'm not making my case very well.
What is your case?
Just to meet you. It's no more complicated than that.
Okay. I'm keeping the chain on.
Fine.
I think I recognize you. I might have seen you on the street before.
You see, I'm not the bogeyman.
But I'm warning you, I can scream pretty loud.
I'm sure you can. Feel like screaming?
No, not yet.
Good.
So why follow me? You don't seem like some kind of pickup artist or a creep.
I hope I'm neither. You reminded me of someone.
Wait a minute, that's a pickup line.
No, it's true.
So what if it is? And so what if I do?
It's striking. The resemblance, I mean.
To?
My wife. I'm married.
I guessed that.
But not happily.
I guessed that too.
You're smart. As well as attractive.
More pickup lines.
Sorry.
No need to be sorry. They work.
Are they working?
I haven't decided yet.
Forget the pickup lines. Let me be direct. Your resemblance to my wife is uncanny. You literally stopped me dead in my tracks on the street. I don't normally follow strange women around as a rule. In fact, I never follow strange women around, but I felt impelled to follow you.
But this woman, your wife, you're unhappily married, you say. Why would I be such an attraction besides the novelty of looking like your wife?
There's more.
There usually is.
This is moving rather fast, I'd say.
I would agree. What are you after?
Just to talk to you.
We're talking.
Who are you?
I'm just a woman. I work in a shop. Who are you?
I told you. A man who saw you on the street.
And?
And I'm not wealthy. But my wife is.
Oh, and you want to divorce her and get the money.
Well, that's just it. I can't. She's made sure of that.
And that's why you put up with her? I mean, stay married to her?
Yes. I suppose. Is that terrible?
I guess not. Plenty of men do it, I imagine.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
But I thought you said she wouldn't divorce you.
Oh, she won't. But there are other ways.
Other ways?
Do you mind if I sit down?
I guess not. I've nowhere to go.
Good. Can I trust you?
You don't know me.
But you need money.
How do you know that?
Your apartment, your clothes, your job, no offense.
Jeez, you don't mince words, do you?
Well, that would get me nowhere.
Where are you trying to get?
I told you, a plan, a proposal. We'll both benefit.
I'm listening. So far.
You'll have to change your hair.
My hair?
Yes. My wife wears her hair up in a bun or something, whatever you call it.
What are you talking about?
The plan to get my wife's money. You've guessed it by now, of course.
Guess what?
But you want the money as much as I do, admit it.
But I never knew there was a plan, or whatever you're calling it.
Yes, a plan. You look enough like my wife that it could work. It will work.
How exactly?
Someone else is involved.
This is getting complicated. The more people
Yes,
involved...
of course, but he doesn't know
Know what?
about the plan. He's the agent, the facilitator.
I don't follow.
He provides the alibi, the rationale, the excuse, everything. He covers us.
Oh. So now it's us.
I think you're in.
What makes you so sure?
You've listened this far without throwing me out.
I could still throw you out.
But you won't.
What's this?
Your script.
I have lines to learn? I'm not an actress.
Well, you'll have to act like one.
Funny.
No, nothing about this is funny.
This is not how I talk.
Of course it's not. It's how my wife talks. You can't sound like Judy from Kansas. My wife is East Coast. Money. Prep schools, debutante parties, polo. Before her family brought the money west to San Francisco to invest in shipyards.
And your wife is possessed by a long-dead relative?
No, of course not. I made that up. I made it all up. I'm indulging my creative side, I suppose. It's the plan. My wife becomes obsessed with a dead relative, a relative who was herself obsessed and became suicidal. And then my wife becomes suicidal.
And that will fool anyone.
But no one will see you up close, no one who knows my wife well. He doesn't, of course. The woman I present to him will be the only wife of mine he ever sees. And that will be you. He'll see you at the restaurant with me. The next day, he follows you. Simple.
It's not simple. Why do you keep saying that? So much could go wrong.
Yes, it's a risk. I never said it wasn't. But it's a risk worth taking.
And who's this guy?
Guy.
The patsy, the guy you're setting up.
Someone I knew in college years ago. No one really.
No one really. Well, he's in for the ride of his life. I don't suppose you ever concerned yourself with that, did you?
I couldn't let myself. After all, the plan depends on him. What happens, happens.
Jesus, you're a cold son of a bitch.
Yes, and soon to be a very wealthy son of a bitch, along with you. Now, are your oh so noble feelings of compassion over yet?
I guess they are. And what if he doesn't take the bait?
If he walks away, I walk away. And we've lost nothing.
And then?
And then we go to the backup plan.
What's the backup plan?
I haven't got one. That's why this plan has to work.
Back to these dresses.
Yes, the clothes. My wife is an expensive dresser. I'll buy everything, of course. Clothing, shoes, jewelry. I'll dress you. I'll train you. You'll become her, at least enough to convince him.
And then?
And then he'll be there. He'll see it. He'll be the witness when it happens.
When what happens?
When you kill yourself.
But why would your wife kill herself?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't worked out all the details, but she's been acting quirky lately, almost unbalanced. I'm not sure what brought it on. Maybe our emotional detachment, but I don't blame myself. And then I thought, what if I could encourage that unbalance? You could cultivate it somehow. Who knows where it could lead, but that could take months or years. Might never work. She might even get better. But then I saw you, and I realized I don't need my wife to become suicidal. I just need people, but someone, one person really, to believe that she's become suicidal, and then use you to do it. It's complicated, yes, but that's what makes it believable. Like, who would create such a convoluted story and follow it through to the end? Easier just to kill her, make it look like an accident. But that's what every desperate, disgruntled husband does, and they get caught. We know they get caught. So what if it's not an accident, but a suicide? And better still, if I have a witness to that suicide. How brilliant is that?
It's crazy. No one will believe such a story.
It's true. Not many people would believe such a story. But only one person has to believe it. Here, let me help you.
I've never worn anything this nice.
Yes. Put your hair up. And?
Nice.
Yes. Now, try the walk as I've described it. No, not like that. It's nothing like that. That's how you walk. That's not how my wife walks.
Well, how am I supposed to know how your wife walks?
I told you. Smoother, elegant, as if she's in no hurry to get where she's going, but knows that everyone expects her when she arrives.
That's vague.
No, it's not vague. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Well, I haven't.
That's why we're here. That's why we're practicing.
I don't think I'm going to get it. Not the way you want.
Yes, you will. You have to.
But he's never seen her. He's never seen her walk, your wife. As long as I look something like her.
No. Something like her is not good enough. There's too much at stake. I told you. You know.
Yes, I suppose I do.
Again. Yes. With a little more practice, you could almost be her. when I loved her.
So, it could work.
Yes. It could work. All right. Again. Slower this time. And try some of the line.
I had that dream again last night. It was clearer, more frightening. There was a church, an old Spanish church, and a tower, horses with a stable.
No. A church from old Spanish days and a tower.
From old Spanish days. There were not so many horses then. Why the tower? Why can't she just shoot herself or something?
And how is he going to witness that? No, you're not thinking. The tower, because he has this heights thing, the agoraphobia, whatever you call it. It's why he quit the force.
Don't tell me I'm not thinking. You're the big thinker. This is your plan. I'm the pawn, the actress, even though I can't act.
Yes, you can. You have to.
Tell me more about him.
Who?
The guy.
Why?
Because I want to know. You're not the only one.
The only one what?
The only one destroying his life.
Is that what we're doing?
I think you know it is. How would you feel if you did this?
I am doing this.
But you know, you'll walk away, I'll walk away, but what will he do?
I told you. We can't think about that.
Easy to say. Oh, I could get used to restaurants like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my dear, that little restaurant had its purpose. For him to see you as my wife.
And he saw me?
Yes, of course. I made sure of it. We walked right past him.
He was the tall man at the bar.
Yes.
Oh, he's not bad looking.
Well, you needn't concern yourself with that. Now, tomorrow you have a big day. I hope you remember everything.
Of course, we've been through it enough. Driving around, the mission, the museum, everything.
No. Exactly.
I drive around.
Yes.
I like that Rolls, by the way.
Yes, so does my wife.
I can smell her perfume.
You should wear that, maybe.
That might be a bit much, a bit morbid.
Maybe. Anyway, driving around.
I drive around.
Yes.
I stop for flowers.
Yes.
Do the flowers matter? I mean, the kind?
Yes, of course they do. I told you. Camellias. Like in the
It's
paintings.
just there's so much to remember.
Yes. You can do it. I hope you can do it.
I don't even know what those are.
I'll show you a bouquet, a very specific bouquet.
The camellias?
Correct. Where?
Podesta something?
Podesta Baldacci. Don't forget. Grant Street.
There's so much to remember.
You will. It's all important.
Why? But it's only important to you, I think.
No, don't think. And then,
The church, the mission church.
which mission?
Dolores.
Yes, correct. And then,
I might not find it. Yeah, I don't drive in the city much.
don't get lost.
But you're not making this easy.
No, it's not easy. The grave is there. I showed you where it is. You dropped the flowers that you bought, the camellias. He's followed you. He'll see you.
I don't understand the dead woman. The dead woman that I'm supposed to be obsessed
You don't have to understand!
No.
Just play your part!
It would help if I understood.
I thought you weren't an actress.
I'm not.
Well, you're talking like one. Just follow the script. In the end,
I'm not looking forward to that.
but that's the most important
Yes,
part.
I know.
You drive to the bay, to the point,
I know.
in the car. You've been to the museum, you've seen the painting, you're possessed.
I don't get that part.
Jesus, just listen. He follows you to the museum. You look at the painting. Your hair is the same. The flowers are the same. The necklace is the same.
But why?
Don't ask.
There's too much to remember. There's too much for him to understand.
He'll understand, believe me.
Well, I don't think I do. Not anymore.
You believe in the money. That's all that matters.
How do you know she won't scream when you push her off?
When I push her off, she'll be dead already, of course.
Dead? What?
I can't risk having her up there alive. In any case, how would I get her up there? Why would she go up there with me? No, that makes no sense. For all of this to work, the fall from the tower, everything, I think I have to break her neck.
I don't want to hear about it.
Speaking of which, I don't suppose you'll help me carry the body.
Absolutely not.
Of course not. Don't want to sully your pretty little hands with dirty details. You're in it for money.
I'm in it to do what you're paying me for. And then you and I can go anywhere, can be together and go anywhere we want. That's what you keep telling me.
Yes. Yes. Anywhere. Anywhere we want.
I can't wait.
You control me now, you know that.
So you're blaming me?
No, of course not. You're just involved.
God, why am I doing this?
For money.
Shut up about the money.
It's a little late for that.
Of course.
That was perfect. Better than perfect.
Why do you say that?
Well, we followed the plan exactly.
Exactly? We didn't know how cold the water would be. It was cold. We didn't even know if he could swim. I mean, what if he couldn't? I had maybe 2 minutes in that water, 3 minutes tops, and then what? He calls for help and I float out to sea, face down, blue as a whale.
He could swim. It worked out.
Jesus, that's some kind of plan.
But this isn't science, it's art.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure you're an artist.
Are you forgetting the money? You know, that amount of money doesn't come without a little gamble.
Well, I was the one gambling today in 50-degree water.
So we got a little cold for a few minutes. Small price to pay.
Fucking jump in the bay in 50-degree water and see how you like it.
Now. Vulgarity doesn't become you, my dear.
I'm the one paying the price. The further I get into this, the less I like it.
But we're so close. Just hold out. Just a little longer. The hard parts are over. The rest falls into place. Like a body falling from a tower.
He didn't tell me that he'd take my clothes off.
He did.
Yes. Before he, oh so slowly and gently toweled me dry.
I didn't plan on that.
Thanks. What else didn't you plan on?
He didn't hurt you, did he?
Of course not. He was a perfect gentleman. It was sweet, really.
Well, you liked it.
That's not what this is about. I was wet. He dried me. I was supposed to be unconscious, so that's what I was, until you called. What are you paying me for?
To play my wife. And it's working. Don't do anything stupid to mess it up.
I followed your script so far.
Yes. Yes. And tomorrow, he gets the final piece of the puzzle, which leads him exactly where we want him to go. You go to his apartment early. You've had the dream again. You give him details, just enough.
Church, the mission, the tall trees.
Yes, don't forget the tall trees. Yeah, he'll figure it out. And if he doesn't, you give him more details. The name of the church, perhaps, or the stables, the trees. He'll bring you there to show you that it couldn't have happened that way, that it couldn't happen again. But then you'll show him that it can.
How will I show him?
The tower. It's all about the tower.
You make it sound so simple.
It's not. I know. But I know you can do it. Here, let me.
I think he's falling in love with me.
Of course he is.
You didn't tell me that part.
I knew you'd figure it out. And you have.
It makes things harder.
Harder? Harder how?
To fleece him, trick him, use him, whatever it is we're doing.
No, it makes it easier. Why else would he follow you so attentively and all the rest?
You should have picked someone else.
Someone else? But he's perfect, obviously. He's doing everything according to plan.
I don't like it.
It doesn't matter if you like it or not. There's no turning back, no matter how he feels.
And me?
You.
Never mind. That was horrible. Much worse than you said it was going to be. I could hear him panting up the stairs, slower and slower. I wanted to stop. I wanted to go back and help him down. I could almost hear him sweating. I dreaded getting to the top.
The top is where it happened. Where it had to happen. Why did you scream?
Because I wanted to stop it.
At the top. There was no stopping it. It was all over by that point. She was dead after all. All that remained was him, the witness, and the end. The end as I had planned.
But the body falling, I tried not to look. I'll never forget it.
Well, you didn't have to.
But I heard the sound, horrible, and he must have too.
You think too much about him. He'll move on.
Will he? I'm not so sure. But at least it's finally over.
Yes. It's over.
I don't understand.
You played your part admirably, just as he did.
What do you mean?
You don't understand? What did you get into this for love?
Maybe.
Really?
I thought so.
I think you knew what this was from the very beginning.
So that's it. You're throwing me over just like that?
Just like that. You got your money. That's all I ever promised you.
Now what?
Well, we can't very well be seen together in public. My wife is dead. It would be improvident to be seen with you.
So what will you do?
I'm not sure. After the inevitable inquest, I'll have my wife's money. Get out, I suppose. Europe, perhaps.
And me?
Well, for starters, get rid of the clothes. the shoes, anything that ties you back to me. And then you just slip anonymously back into the city as if nothing ever happened.
And the necklace?
The necklace. The necklace is worthless. I suppose no harm in keeping.
You've thought of everything, haven't you?
I certainly hope so. And if you're foolish, and I think you are, I'm sorry, that was cruel, unaware, or eager, or without options, you've grown attached somehow. I warned you from that from the very beginning. This is about him, not you. Find your boyfriends elsewhere. But you'll stay here. I know. And walk where he walks, in his neighborhood, anywhere near him, where he might walk, casually, as if it's just something you do. As if you're on your way to work, or with friends, or home from work, or a lunch break. Naturally, routinely, as everyone does, as every shop girl does, job girl, career girl, whatever you call it. And maybe you'll be a shop girl, or a job girl, or a career girl, even with the money you have now. Maybe it's not so much after all. And you'll keep doing it until he sees you. You'll keep your old job. It will be your job. And you'll walk with old friends. It might take a week, or a month, or a year even. You might even forget about him, but I doubt it. You might forget why you keep that job. Why you're walking those streets. But by then, you'll keep walking. Am I right? The same places, the same streets, until he sees you. You know he will. Finally, he'll see you. He'll follow you, right? The way I followed you. He'll knock on your door, right? The way I knocked on your door. And then whatever happens will be all your fault. Everything that happens. The unimaginable things that will happen. The inevitable things that will happen. Will you do it? Will you do it?